Hello everybody, welcome back to Just Gaming Today. Today we are looking to play some more Infinitode 2, and this is going to be a run where we're going to work on this tutorial here. So tutorial 0.4, and then if we have enough time, we'll go ahead and run 2.1, but I'm not sure how much this tutorial takes. A couple of things since the last video, you'll notice that the UI has changed a little bit. We have a new tracker up here for a scalar. So this is a mined resource that we can now have access to. And I think that's what the tutorial is going to walk us through here. So let's get into that. Now, the tutorials are a lot shorter. Okay, so here we have 3 stars. So I think if we just complete the 3 individual quests, we get 3 stars. So it's a way to pick up some quick and easy stars. And then there's no reason to run these tutorials again, unless you just want to do some mining. I think you still have access to run them, but you don't really get much out of them. So here you see we've got the 3 enemies coming at us. We've got a number of waves and 3 quests. So check out teleports and barriers. Check out where resources come from and build a miner. Play. Now, in this tutorial, I'll show you teleports, barriers, resources, and miners. First, let's make some coins. I already put a basic tower out for you, so go on and defeat the first wave of regular enemies. In DPS counter, show max damage and per second statistics of all of your towers. It's going to be up here right under the star. This player is playing the map soundtrack, but I have the music kind of turned all the way down. So let's go ahead and start the first wave. It looks like we have a tower that is upgraded to level 10 and has a maximum experience point level. I think this one's just going to essentially blast the heck out of everything. So this is a teleport. So you'll get these maps that are very large and complicated. And the teleport system allows them to teleport from one part of the map to another part of the map, as you saw they did here. Now it can get very complex because there could be a teleporter here that puts them over here. Then they go down a stretch of things here and they teleport from one to another. These teleports have colors. Enemies can pass through teleporters. Each teleporter is associated with other teleports of the same color. So like I said, this color here, you kind of know where they're going to go. When you get to some maps for the very, very first time, you're going to want to take a hard look at these teleports. You're going to want to take a hard look at the barriers. This barrier here did not block. As you saw, we had the regular guys come through. So the regular guys coming through teleported here and then went right down and through here. These weak enemies, though, they came through and they can't get through this barrier. You see this yellow here? I think even these barriers can have multiple colors stacked with them. This weak enemy has to go all the way around. Select any teleporter to view the information about it. So we can select this and it's going to tell us instantly moves enemies. Well, now deal with the second wave of fast enemies. So let's click on this again here. Instantly moves enemies to any portal of the same color. This is red. Okay. Now, wave 2. I don't think we really get to do much of anything here other than mine some resources and stuff. So you see they had to take the long road around. And now you can see here visibly the green. So the basic are going to teleport and then they're come right through here. They're not going to have to go all the way around. As you can see, fast enemies chose the longer path to bypass the barrier. Barriers can block certain types of enemies. Tap on the barrier to see more details about it. So if we tap on the details there, block certain types of enemies fast. Barriers can also block more than one type of enemy. I slightly changed the existing barrier so it now blocks strong enemies. So that's how it does the colorization. It splits it in half. Now let's talk about resources. Resources is a useful material that you can use to research and discover new content for you. Resources can be obtained from the sources. Select the sources to view information about it. So you see we have the sources here. This is a mine that has 100% resource density. Well, We'll use miners in order to dig out resources from the sources. We have enough coins to build our first miner. Select any source and build a miner on it. So what I do is you've got 100 scalar available and there's 100% density. So I think they're all the same. I don't think it's going to matter. So let's just choose this one here. We need 120 gold coins, you see here, and we have one miner slot available. I think that's what it meant by slots. So if you take that second upgrade in the research tree, there's a thing that says you get miner slots. I think it just means that you get 2 more of these. So let's go ahead and put that there. Now we have a miner. So you have a limited number of miners of each type. Research can increase their number. Miners take some time to install before they start digging. Installation progress is displayed as a progress bar on the top of the miner menu. Let's wait for it to install. So you can see this progress bar here. It says installing, and then it ticks down. Then once it installs, it instantly starts mining. So there's an installation pause, and then it starts mining. So you can make that installation decrease in time, and you can also decrease the time of the mining. And you can also increase the effectiveness of the mining as well. So miners will increase their speed, but will also increase every other miner's upgrade prices. Now just watch while my tower deals with the remaining enemies and your miner digs some resources for us. Okay, let's go ahead and go. So you see the miner mining, and where do you see the scalar that we're getting? I don't think it's visible. Oh, here, right here, mined. It's like there's definitely something here. And while they're mining, they have a percentage chance to find extra stuff, I believe. Maybe that's the slots. So basically the miners can have a certain amount of, mined items that they find during the mining session. They may not find any, they may find a ton. So that's something we're going to probably see in the tutorial. I imagine they would throw one in, but I'm not 100% sure. Now, since we have a miner, we don't have anything else to spend on, I'm going to upgrade the miner. Maybe it will tell us to do that in a tutorial. I'm not sure. So all enemies defeated. We established how we mine. We got 3 gold stars out of that, and we completed the tutorial. Now, I think with the completion of this tutorial, we actually complete our first achievement as well. So there's no reason to go back to this, I don't think. We've got everything completed here. Let's go back to the menu and see what things look like. We got a little bit of materials, but we got the scalar here. That 12 scalar is pretty good. Okay, we're done. Let's go back here. And now you see under statistics, we have an alert. So now you go to the achievements page, and we've completed Tower Defense 101, complete 4 tutorials. So if we click on this, we're going to get, I think we get some goodies. Yes. So achievement complete, Tower Defense level 101, we get 500 extra green papers. Now, if you want, you can kind of look through all of this and see what's out there. Some of these just have nothing. They don't tell you what you're supposed to do. I think maybe some of them will tell you what you're supposed to do once you have done something by randomness in the beginning, and then you've done something that ticks one of the boxes, then suddenly the quest will tell you what it is. Other ones, I seem to recall that some of them remain a mystery, and you just have to complete it. It's interesting. So go back to research. We did get 3 gold stars, so we are on our way here. So we need 4 more gold stars to get to the research here, where we're just generating coins. I'm really interested to see that. Let's go back to research, take a look at. There's really nothing else we can do other than put stuff into the gold star tree. I don't see anything active over here. So let's go back. And like I said, let's take a look at running through level 2.1. So 2.1, we have three types of enemies, the enemies we've been familiar with. We don't have a boss in this one, it doesn't look like. So the two quests, aside from the wave that we need, the waves we need to get through, we have score gained during one game, gain scalar, and so we need to gain 110 scalar to do a quest there. Since this is the first level where we actually have a mining quest, which is kind of cool. Score gained during one game, and then the wave. So for the stars, we have 27, 40, and 55. If we can get through 55, we get the third gold star. It's going to be very difficult, I believe, but let's take a look and see. Okay, so this map looks a little different than the ones we've had previously. Let's take a look-see. So we have a platform that increases projectile speed. I don't think we've had a projectile speed tile bonus as of yet, but we do here, and it's a good one. So you can see, seems like an instance of the same assistant to me, and I envy them technically. Now he talks to himself every once in a while. Someone switched it, hurry left. Anyways, we're just programs, and that's okay. But guess what? I managed to link to the database. I can't read this fast. In the main menu, you've already noticed an area called research where I can use the data green papers to investigate cool new things. So it kind of talks to you a little bit at the beginning of some of these levels. If you ever want to read that again, of course you can pause it on the screen here, but you can just start the level again and you can read it. It goes pretty fast for someone to like read through it all at once. My opinion. Maybe I'm just a slow reader. So here we're going to want to get into this scalar here. You know, this particular scalar is 100, 100. Now, if we go here, you're going to see there's a split. It's 67% scalar and 33%. I forget what the name of the other one is. But we can't access that 33% on the other one. So this is really the one we need to start with. And I don't think we're going to complete the quest in this particular game because it's 110. And I don't think we can get 110 out of this because I think the maximum is 100 and then it's going to run out. So we have 225 starting gold. Let's take a look at this map here a little bit. This other tile bonus is a power multiplier. I think the power multiplier, what does it do? Have to look again what power does. I don't recall. It is a bonus, but I don't recall what it actually impacts. Because there is a damage platform improvement as well. So I'm not sure if it's something that just says, okay, give something for everything. You know, something like that might be the case. You see it's 110%. So it might just be the overall power of each of your abilities gets modified by an additional 10%. That'd be my guess. The projectile speed is how fast your projectiles are firing. So that's a very good one. And you can see under your towers here, once you build them, you'll be able to take a more in-depth look. I think power is actually one of your abilities once you put the tower down. So before we put some towers down, let's map out our freezing. So I always like to have a freezing plan. So if we put a freezer here, that's going to take over that entire part of the map. If we put a freezer here, it's pretty much going to take over there. So I think these are our two freeze spots because it's a fairly short run here. Even though there's some tracks out here, there's nothing coming from here. So let's put a freezer here and slow everything down. Projectile speed here. I'm going to put this here for the moment, and I'm going to look at projectile speed. So 7.26. Yeah, so what we'd have to do is take a look at just for, I think I can destroy things for, yeah, their build value. So I'm going to go ahead and, oh no, now this one says I can't sell it. Okay, well, we have a cannon here. Congratulations. That cannon is just going to be there. So we have these two built. I'm going to go ahead and put in a basic tower here. We'll have to look at the comparisons. I was thinking about putting a cannon here, but I'm not going to do it because I don't want to waste the money. So yeah, I was thinking maybe we could go back and I think there's a timer that basically says, oh, you can't sell it. Yeah, there it is. So you have a certain amount of time where you can sell it. I was hoping in this very beginning, before we click start, that you can just destroy towers as you go, and it wasn't a big deal. But I wanted to compare this tower to a tower build here. So I think we're going to have to put like 2 snipers here and see what the difference is between the two to figure out what this power multiplier does. But we have 40 gold. Let's go ahead and start this and see what kind of damage we can do here. I wonder if we want another cannon here. I want a basic tower here. So I think we're going to put it in because we might need it here. I don't want to take any random damage. So let's put this in for the moment. I wouldn't mind putting another cannon here because I'd really like for them to be working on their levels. I'm going to put this one. I am going to keep it on the front. It's just because I don't want it rotating all the time. And if it rotates, it's going to rotate slightly to just get to the front here, maybe. Oh man, that's terrible. It's not even firing. Oh man, yeah, I don't know about this one. What if we set it the nearest? Let's try that and see if that's the way to go here. I'm not impressed with it being in this spot. We might have to destroy it, but let's see. Because I want it to fire. Let's set it to the end. It's taking too long to rotate. Okay, do I want to keep this? I don't know. It's rotation speed, let's go ahead and just upgrade. Let's try it here. Worst case scenario is we don't get very far in this one. But I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So we didn't manage to get through that. I really want to get a sniper tower established here. But I do not like the cannon here. But maybe it seems to fire more with it towards the end. So maybe it's okay after we get a few upgrades into it. I improved its rotation speed. The projectile speed is at least good. Maybe as we increase its range, it'll be better as well. Just going to set this to random for now. I do want to put another cannon in here because we're going to get these weak guys coming after us. And if it's firing here, I'm just going to set it to the end like this. And then hopefully it just comes down here and starts firing at these real quick. But I'm not hopeful about the cannons on this map, but maybe they pull through. Let's see. So I'm going to put a basic tower here and then maybe sniper for the last 2 slots. And then I'm going to look at establishing that miner and see if we can get some scalar mined. Yeah. Okay. I wonder if I should I might try and get this miner active before I go after the 2 snipers. We'll see how we're doing here. It is 120, but once you've done that, it's active and it's going. And you need time. So it's the 2 things are talking to each other down there. You need time for this mining to work. So I'm just going to set this to speed. Hoping we can, yeah, here we go. So the mining is there and it's installing. It's installing a lot slower than in the tutorial. You see that? I'm going to put a sniper down here if we can. Then we'll look back at the miner. We need 79. So you see how long the installation time in the tutorial was like 10 seconds. It was like lickety split. But you see, it takes time to make this happen. So you certainly want to, you certainly want to get this out as soon as you can, but you also have to establish your defenses. So it's kind of a, you're walking a tightrope there on both sides, trying to get enough to defend against what's coming out and also establish your mining early enough where you're actually going to get to mine some scalar. So we have one more platform here. We only have the ability to do one miner. You see, I don't think, I don't think we can establish another miner because we only have that one slot. This is the most effective slot for us because it is the one material that we can mine. And it's not split. You know, some of these will have 4 resources in them, split like 25% of the way. So let's see, we get this guy out and then we're done putting towers out and we look to do some upgrades. Okay, I'm going to keep this guy on the front. Look to upgrade this cannon so it can at least, you know, project a little farther and also move its rotation a little better. Because this is the level I'm actually afraid of, or the wave I'm afraid of here, is these weak. They're not fun. Now he's firing at the front. He seems to be better at rotating than all the way around here. So I'm happy to see that. Let's try and slow things down to make this cannon down there a little more effective. Slow things down here. I think slowing it down will let us rotate a little farther. But you see, he's just spending all of his time rotating. And while he's rotating, he's not able to fire. So let's see if we can project some of that. Let's get some basic towers upgraded. And then we're going to look at upgrading that. We'll go take a look at those 2 snipers up top and see what that power was before. Oh, he's level 2 already. Darn it. I was hoping to look at that earlier. Let's see here. 4.68 attack speed. It's a little bit faster. Power. It's harder to compare now, unfortunately. I didn't get there fast enough. I was like hoping to get there before it got to level 2, but is what it is. So here, rotation and projectile speed. This is what I want on this one because I want it to be able to rotate a lot faster. That's the problem with where it's at. Here we go. So here I'm just going to go nearby now and see if that becomes a little more effective. No, that's terrible. Let's go with the rear end again. Let's go with the rear mob. Yeah, see, it's firing at whatever is just coming into its range, and this one's firing at whatever starts into its range. I'm okay with that setting for the moment. So we're at 162. Let's look to, well, I'm going to upgrade both of these. I want some range on these, and I just need to make that happen. So let's look to slow things down again. Can. I do need to stay on top of these freeze towers because I need that extra range on the upgrades to cover the largest part of the map. We haven't taken any damage yet. We've mined 42 of the 100 scalar that are to be mined on this map. So that's good to see. I'm going to make a pass on these basic towers here. We got 1 gold star so far. That is excellent. And I think I'm going to make a pass on the cannons. I'm hoping that this cannon here gets an additional, you can see its rotation speed is 79.5 versus 53. So that selection here was quite good. I'm probably going to take the scatter upgrade here if we do get that one to level 4. Let's look, these are all upgraded now to level 1. I'm going to go ahead and upgrade. I'm going to upgrade the freezing. I just want to slow everything down and try and make it so that, that seems pretty effective going front rear on these 2 cannons here. This cannon set to the front enemy, this cannon set to the rear enemy. Seems to be okay. Okay, so that freezing tower is good. One more upgrade here, and I think we're going to look to do the damaging, like just try and get these cannon towers upgraded. They're doing really good paired together like this. I almost deleted this one because I was like, no, it's rotating too slow to even fire at anything. And then it's much better now. Also, it's projectile speed, that 300% projectile speed. Look at the difference. This one's like just instant and this one's so slow. So that's interesting to see too. Yeah, watch the two as they fire. You see how much, see how slow this one is when its bullet comes out. But that's okay. You know, there's you got that tile effect does quite a bit of work here. And I don't think these towers can fire while another tower has, well, while it has a bullet in play. So you're kind of stuck with that. I'm going to do damage here. I'm going to upgrade here and then upgrade here. I want to try and get this tower max upgrade and see if it can just really. We got 51.2 at level 3, 5, and we got 38.6 at level 2, 3. So pretty happy with this at the moment. We got E2. Let's make a pass at the regular towers here, or the basic towers. Get them to level 3. And I'm actually going to upgrade this one, and then we'll go back to that cannon down there and see if we can get it to a level 4. Now the cannon, here's where the cannon is not as effective, obviously, is that it does like I think 25% of the damage to these strong ones. But we have 3 snipers and the map isn't throwing a billion, you know, a billion dudes at us all at once. Now I'm wondering, I think I can sell this miner once it's done. I think it only has 6 more mines here and then I can sell it. I'm probably going to try and install it over here if I can. I don't remember if you can do that, but we're going to give it a shot if we survive long enough. I think we will. We're doing okay. 210 is what we need here. One more scalar in this mine is done, I believe. Oh, no. Oh, okay, it can go farther. I thought this 100 meant that it was limited to 100 before it was done. And we did find a mined item. You see that there too? Nice. All right, well, while I'm talking, I should be upgrading here. Okay, so what I did here on this cannon is I put scattered. So these 3 splinters cost 60% damage each. So the shots splinter and then they do a bunch of damage to everything around when it explodes. So it's kind of cool. So we will get the scalar complete on this. I like that. And then here, can we upgrade the miner? At 150, we can upgrade the miner for even additional speed. So we might want to do that because I need a lot of scalar. But let's go into upgrade it once and see how that goes. So we have a max cannon. I'm going to look at maybe a max freeze here. Go over this one next. Actually, let's sneak in 2 of these upgrades here. I'm afraid of these strong waves pushing through here. So we are getting pretty deep into this, so it will be nice to keep that going. I don't think this particular wave is going to endanger us. However, the next one that we get might be it. All right. So all of our snipers are 2. This miner's upgraded once. I can upgrade it again. The upgrades go way, way, way up. You see 400 for the next one. But it is mining at a significantly faster rate. So we got 127 mined. I like that. Let's see if we can max this freeze tower out. You can see how it gets a little more complicated because, like, okay, I got defenses, I got to invest in mines. Imagine that we had 3 potential miners here. Each miner gets more expensive. The upgrades for each miner get more expensive. We're still trying to manage our defenses. There's a lot going on now. And then it gets more complex. It takes you through some stages here, but the complexity level ramps up as we go farther and farther into the game. So there's a lot here to be explored, and we haven't even explored 50% of it. You know, we've laid down the basics here, and the basics are quite fun, but a lot more ends up happening here. If you like different types of music, this music player is interesting because you actually find CDs that have different tracks on them, and you can enjoy the different music. I tend to listen just to regular music when I play on my own. Um, But if you enjoy the music within the game, I think you can even submit music, or you used to be able to, because it says this person created this music. So there are a variety of ways you can interface with the game, make your own maps. I don't know if they're still picking up maps and putting them into the game. I don't think so, but you can make your own and have some fun trying to challenge yourself, or put it out there for other people to try and play. So this is going way better than I initially thought. Let's get this other cannon upgraded, because I think those are the things keeping us alive at the moment, is keeping these weak waves from getting to our endpoint. Then we're looking at the basic towers, and then yeah. So look to upgrade the basic towers next, and then hit the snipers up, if we, depending on how far we can get. If these weak waves don't sneak through, we might have a chance at a third gold star here, which would be excellent. All right. So level 40, we need to get through 55 to get this third star. So our cannons are upgraded, our freezes are upgraded. I'm going to throw an upgrade on this guy next. It's level 6. We haven't had I don't know that we've had a level 6 basic tower yet. So that's kind of cool. And I'm still not sure what that extended statistics means. We invested that in the research tree. I'm not sure if that's improving things for us or not. So I'm going to look that up and see what I can find, like what it means. Upgrade here. One more upgrade, and then we're off to the sniper towers. So the last things we need to upgrade. I would love it if we got to a point where all of our towers are max upgraded. I'm doubting that'll happen here, but could. Power multiplier. I wish I knew what this does. There's no hover explanation, so I can't remember. Look to do an upgrade here if we can. So this looks like the basic guys are the ones that are getting the farthest. There's, especially when they're clumped up like that. Oh, first point of damage. Oh man, I hate that when it happens. But maybe throw this one, see if we can get him working this side of the map some. Ooh, we got this. So experience points. We can't go any higher than this. So I'm going to take the freezing speed and the freezing percentage and just try and freeze things even more. Slow them down even more is probably what we need here. Let's go here, and then we can start working on that level 4 for this tower. And then we really only, once this one goes up, we have like 4 upgrades left. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Yeah. And the rest of them, we're not missing any platforms. Miner's still mining, so we've mined 194 scalar, which is excellent. I was worried a little bit about getting to 110, but that 100 is just that it's 100% mined. I didn't want to click that. It's like, oh, I get 4 gold. We got all these guys to kill. So first, let's see here, 190. Yeah. I would like these guys to get to level 4. If I can get these guys to level 4, then yeah, maybe I take the other ones here to level 4 first, because, or to level 4 upgrade level, because I do want them, if they can get to level 4 experience wise, then I get the ability to do the penetration, which is really good. So maybe I do him first. If he can get to 190. Oh, we got it. He got it. So penetrate, go. Then this one. Oh, he's got it too. Nice. Okay. So we're going to take some damage here, but not a lot because it's the strong run. But having it penetrate is really, really good, because being able to hit the one in front and then do 60% in the back is quite good. Now, this is level 55. I don't know that we're going to get through this, but we got a good shot at getting the third gold star. We have 14 health. We can clear this one in the next wave. It's looking okay. All right. This guy's 4. Yeah, third gold star. Nice. All right, so we had some pretty good runs there for the gold stars as well. This is our first scalar. Did we get 200 yet? We had 217. We got one mined item out of there. You can see that in the mined item slot here. Need 190. We've got this one upgraded. If we can get through all of our upgrades, I'm just going to turn the speed up and then you just kind of let it go. So at this point, I'm just going to turn the speed up because once this hits 190, I'm pretty much just going to let it churn. If we can get to 190, it has to get there first. We could just die real quick. Okay, we're just going to let it keep going. I'm going to also hold this down so it's going to auto start the waves. Once all the enemies are dead, it's just going to kick off the next wave. So if there's a bonus to be applied, it will immediately apply it. I don't have to kind of stick with it. So this is kind of what you do. You get everything upgraded and you just kind of let it churn at the end, and it speeds up the game quite tremendously. And you can always undo all of this and, you know, take control again. But that's just an example of what we have going on at this point. So level 6 or wave 60 is quite good as the starting run there. So we did excellent. 3 gold stars, good personal score. We played for quite a bit of the duration, and I think we got our quests done. So let's go back and take a look at that too. So if we just open this real quick to take a look, we completed one of the quests down here. Oh, 2. Yeah. So score gained and gained scalar. Coins gained during one game is our next one, and gain 145 scalar. So this map is going to be something that we're going to revisit to, you know, get some extra scalar out of. Perfect. Now we've opened up the next 2 maps, and actually I think we have access to this tower now, because you see this, there was the anti-aircraft tower was down here. It's no longer there. So let's check our research tree, and here it is. Anti-air, very effective against air enemies. So you can see that this is going to be a tower that's going to start showing up on maps, because we're going to have enemies that are in the air, and if you can't target the enemies that are in the air, then the tower just doesn't fire. So like this cannon, worthless against air, worthless against air, and worthless against air. But there's some towers that come later on that you end up are okay against air targets. I think this hits air. I'm not sure. I forget. Very effective against air enemies. This is the splash tower, is the one I was telling you about. It kind of rotates and shoots. So it lays out all these projectiles, but doesn't aim at anything. Just kind of puts out some random shots everywhere and ends up hitting stuff randomly. So it's a pretty cool tower. It actually when you've put enough upgrades into it, it ends up being a monster. So it's something to look forward to. Now, we did accumulate 6 gold stars. So next time we play, we'll be able to get this coin generator here. And then we're free to explore this gold star tree as much as we'd like. So we'll start to kind of get a new target after we get this one, and we'll be on our way. Now here, before I put anything over here, I want to see what the progression over here is. So this one is 60 scalar. We have 782 because we got some extras through bonuses by completing waves and whatnot. So even though we only mined like let's say 250, we had 100 and some, we had 15 or something from the other run from the tutorial. All the rest came from being on maps that generate scalar, and scalar can be mined. So once you open this, you really open up the scalar being a part of your reward packages. So let's take a look here what this one is. Index mapping. 217 is false in no time. So this one is the NDPS counter. Let's go ahead and research this. And some of these are kind of just openings to the next one. So opened 2.2. Wheatley has not, brute force search Wheatley was not that close. So experience point modifier of plus 5%. So here we'd use 200 scalar to get experience point modifier of 5% on everything. So that's pretty good. We're going to do that too. Let's check the next one. So this one is very familiar with that direction. So vector bonus papers for all purchases plus 10%. Tower upgrade price minus 0.5%. And then opened level 2.3, which is what we've done. But this one's requiring 250 over 525. I want to go down here a little bit and look at some of these before I progress here. Yeah, because I think we definitely want to progress up this tree, but I also want to do some pinpoint purchases. One of them is this starting money. Starting with more money allows us to lay down our network of defenses quicker. So I'm going to go ahead and take this, and then I'm going to start to look at towers. So the cannon, we could upgrade its max level through experience points. We can also upgrade the experience points of the sniper tower. We can upgrade the experience points for the freezing tower, and then we could start in on the anti-air. Now the anti-air, we're not going to use scalar on some of these. So I'm going to go ahead and purchase some of these now. I'm going to purchase a damage as well. And then I'm going to buy anything just at a base level that doesn't require scalar. When you open up a tower, this is probably the best thing to do if you have items, if you have all the research items to do the things you need. The green papers aren't that much. You kind of increase the overall just starting effectiveness of the tower. And it just lets you get into a place where, at least if you put one of these towers out, it's doing better than it normally would have. So the first thing here I want to look at, we do lay down a lot of basic towers. So decreasing the price fit might be pretty good. I think I'm going to go ahead and do that and see what closes off. Closes off an awful lot. The freezing tower, we can still get plus XP or freezing speed. I think let's go into freezing speed and get a little bit of that going. So now you can see, let's take a look at this one here. So now we don't need green scalar, we need this blue. So this blue one is called vector. So you see this here, it's called vector. So this vector tower though, or this vector miner is going to be a separate slot. So when we go into our miner, we're going to see a blue miner. Now the thing about the blue miner is you can read here, it says can mine vector and scalar. So by putting this one down in one of those mixed slots, or even in a pure slot, in those mixed slots, it's going to be able to mine both of them at the same time. It's really important. If we put this green scalar one into just a slot that has blue and green, it's only ever going to be able to mine the green. So there's depth to this, like I said. And then this one can mine matrix, vector, and scalar. So matrix is the purple. So we have scalar, vector, matrix. So we'll progress with that, I'm sure. At the moment, I think we also have access to fireball. So as I was saying, throwing burning projectiles on your enemies. We're going to take 1 point into this just to have it available so I can show you. This is the part where you have active abilities that you can start to use against your enemies. Blizzard, freeze everything. So I think we already start with 1 level in Blizzard. We have what we were going to get. Wait, did we just get Fireball for free? Maybe we get that for taking this one. That's what it was. So when we took this one, we opened up Fireball. And not only does it open up Fireball, but it opens up the progression path for Fireball. So more damage and more fire damage. So there's all sorts of side abilities that you get as you work your way up here. So now when we run a map, we're going to have the ability to launch fireballs and cast a freeze spell that kind of freezes everything. So I say spell, I guess an ability. This really isn't a spell-driven game. But now we, as the player, have some ways to impact things beyond just improving our towers. We have some active abilities that we can choose when to just make happen. So very, very cool. I am going to go ahead and increase this experience points here a little bit. And I'll probably keep. So ability count, I'll go ahead and throw one into the fireball. Fireballs aren't bad. They're kind of an oh no button. I need to make this go away. So we can have up to 2 of them. So let me go back here. If we go into a level, let's go here real quick. I forget, where do we purchase our fireballs? Is it over here? Blueprints, resources. That's our platforms that we've had. That's what we have. Decrypted. Oh, do we have a crate? No. Contains random items according to its rarity. Do we have that? No, it's locked. Okay. I was like, it should show up in here if we have that. Anyways, I forget the abilities. Whatever, I have to open up a map. We'll check that next time. And then you can see down this custom maps button, unlock this feature by installing associated research. So once we get up here, there's a place where it says custom maps, and we can start building out our own maps too. That's pretty fun. Okay, well, like, subscribe, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about the game if you played the game, and hopefully you're having fun if you are. Try it on your phone if you don't want to play it on your PC. I know there's a lot going on the screen, but it does play well on the phone too. So take care, everybody. Stay warm. It's freezing where I'm at, so hopefully you're a lot warmer than me. Take care, everybody.